What's good, everybody? It's your boy Rexon Max, and the topic for today is still the CPT format. Now, Mena RD here releases a tweet saying, next year, Capcom, please, 8 automatically qualified players from winning premieres, 8 points qualified from the premieres, the rest from World Warrior, maybe a LCQ. Add points back to the tour. So basically, this has come about because, as you remember, Daigo Umehara basically came out and he talked about why he felt like overseas players wasn't attending events. And then you see here Brian Ness says, if the CPT rules were like they were before the point system, 99% of Japan players would travel. I've been shouting this from the rooftops for a while that the current format simply incentivizes players to stay home. We significantly see less international competition. And basically what they mean by this, if you go here and you see how the CPT format is done, basically right here it says that there's going to be a total of 48 players who qualify for Capcom Cup 11. 4 players are going to be from the Super Premiers, 6 players are going to be from Premier Tournaments, 28 players from the Super World Warriors, and 10 players from the regular World Warrior regions. So there is no LCQ this year, so nobody can qualify from a last chance qualifiers. So as far as the 4 players that are going to qualify from a Super Premier tournament, we see right here there's only 2 Super Premier tournaments. You have the CPT Singapore Super Premier, then you have the CPT Japan Super Premier. That those 2 are coming up next. Now, 2 people are going to qualify for each one of those, and that's basically it. Then you have the 6 players that are going to qualify from the regular premieres, and that's basically these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only going to be 1 person that's going to qualify for each one of them. Then the rest of the people are going to be filled out by the World Warrior regions. So we see that 28 players are going to come from the Super World Warrior regions. These are your Super World Warrior regions. So 2 people are going to qualify from these regions, and then you got 10 players that are going to qualify from the World Warrior regions, which are these regions right here. So basically it gets to a point to where it's like you start to understand why the Japan players or many international players aren't traveling. Basically what they're doing is there's only going to be, so as far as like automatic qualifying, there's only going to be these set events. That's a handful of events, and basically for every one of them but 2 of them, only 1 person is going to qualify. So why would a flood of Japan players come and travel all over the world to go to these events when only 1 person is going to qualify? There's no point system. There is no, gaining points and stuff like that. It's only going to be whoever wins qualifies, and then you have basically the 2 people who are going to qualify for these. So why wouldn't the Japan player probably just stay at home and take their bets with the Japan Super Premier? Or why wouldn't they just take their chances with qualifying from a super region as far as like the World Warriors? In super regions, the first place player in the point standings based on all 5 regular World Warrior tournaments will automatically qualify for the Capcom Cup. So you got a better chance of qualifying all points from just staying in your region and doing the World Warrior. So why would I travel to these events and take the chances of getting bopped, when I could just stay where I'm at and basically stream, make money from streaming? I'm not going to get that much money and stuff like that from winning these events. I mean, you got Evo, first place got 52,000, but then when you look at Cream City, first place got 8,000, second place got 2,000, third got 1,000, nine got 900. But it's like, if all these Japan and international players flood in, it's a high chance not everybody's going to reach the top 8. Once you got to 5th and 6th, it dropped to $121.60. Then let's just say you go to Ultimate Fighter Arena. First place got 4,000, second go to 2,000, third go to 1,000. By the time you get to 5th and 6th, there's $294. So really, if you want to make $1,000, you got to place in the top 4. So it makes no sense to flood in from a region And that's probably not, and the more chance likely of you doing that is not going to happen. And then on top of that, you know, people have been talking about how wonky and crazy Street Fighter is, and Tokido actually said that some days he gets up and he feels like he does great at the game, and other days he feel like he doesn't. So whether you agree or not, that's just kind of how a lot of pro players are feeling. We just saw it at ECT with a lot of pro players favorite players getting bopped. So that's the reason why people are calling for the point system to come back, because if you do it by a point system and you have all these different events that are actually happening or going on throughout the year, then when they're going on throughout the year, it makes sense for you to travel, because you have to. If you want to get in the CPT, you have to, because there's no other way that you're going to get points. You need to get as many points as you can, so you need to travel as much as you can, especially with, like, if they keep this going, you got $1 million incentive. The winner, first place winner of CPT, is going to get $1 million. So this is what they're talking about. This is what they're going on about. So you guys basically go down in the comments and basically let me know how y'all feel. Do you feel like it's understandable why these people aren't traveling, or do you feel like they should just be traveling anyway? Because, you know, back in the day when CPT did have the point system, it was entertaining. You knew Tokido, Daigo, Iribashi, Zangief, Momochi, all these people that were gonna be at these events no matter what. They had to, if you wanted to be or have your best chance at getting that final round. And then I think back in the day, there was no like automatic qualifying. Like, it was all based off points. So even if you got first place at an event, you still had to be going to the next events, grinding and stuff like that. So it's your boy Rexon Max. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Peace.